Hello, this is Uncle William again, and today we'll go to visit a vegetable farm. Then if you happen to see my background, you say that, hey, this don't look like the normal vegetable farm. Yep, this is not a normal vegetable farm. This is actually the higher tech vegetable farm. So how high tech, later I'll show you. So this Livfresh is a very new farm. As you can see, it's still under construction, so it's not open to public. So visitors, please don't just hop in because they are not open to public. Why? It's because they're still under construction. This farm is very high tech, so it is like a clean room. We have to desanitize our food hole first because this will eradicate all the pathogens, and we're going in now. Here I have the modern farmer, the high-tech farmer, Mr. Kate himself.
Thank you.
Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, hang on, let me talk first. I'm sorry because I have to say that is the reason why, because I got no green finger. I know how to reel quails, birds, but Kate, yeah, his finger pretty green. He painted his finger actually green. So I will pass the time to him to introduce his own farm. That will be better. So Kate, can you do the honor of introducing to the viewer what you do every day in the farm? Okay.
Thank you, William.
You're welcome.
So, welcome to Livfresh. We are a high-tech, hydroponically grown farm. We grow leafy greens using a lot of automation, robotics, technology. We use a lot of data to make our decisions as well. So, I'll just give you a little bit of a view of the farm itself. So, what you see here is where the whole process starts. This is our seeding machine. So we make the pots which automatically go into trays which get automatically seeded and watered with the exact nutrition that we require for the seeds to germinate. And then they go on to the large farm that you see behind us, where they again automatically transplanted. They move from one side to the other as they grow, and then they're harvested in approximately a 30-day cycle, give plus or minus 2 days, depending on which variety we are talking about. So that's in a nutshell the whole farm. We can do about 1,000 kgs of vegetables every day in this facility that we already have, and then we have another little more than a hectare which we are developing currently. So at the end of it, we'll be doing about 1 million kgs of vegetable a year. So that's the capacity that we're talking about in this.
Okay.
This machine is an automated seeder. Now what you see here is not soil. We grow soilless. So this is coco peat and a mixture of other organic components that we use to grow our vegetables. So this is the heart of the system. This is where the irrigation mechanism is placed. Now in hydroponic growing, all the nutrient is mixed in water. So there are sensors in this water that measure how much nitrogen, potassium, calcium, phosphorus are in the water. When they go irrigate the plants and they come back, the sensor measures how much the plant is eaten, and then that much more is added. So if we want 200 parts per million of nitrogen, we get exactly 200 parts per million of nitrogen. So this is the nursery stage. So after seeding, they spend about 2 weeks here. The whole purpose of having them in this nursery is so that they can develop these roots well. So these roots, once they're ready for the actual growing, they'll be full of this root, so a big root ball. So this is biome. So you see the other thing we are looking at is consistent germination, consistent size, and this is all we are able to control with the nutrition and the input that we provide. So this is how we maximize productivity. So this system is a fully automated, think of it as a conveyor belt. So we put the young seedlings here, and these plants move from this end to the other end about 80 meters away in 14 days. So when they're young, they're put here, they're all close together, there's no space, or there's limited space between them. As they grow bigger and they move towards that side, they start spreading out. and then because they need that much canopy to get the sunlight. So by doing this, we are eliminating the pathways that are normally required to harvest the plant, as well as we are increasing the density by keeping them very close together in the beginning. So at the end of 14 days, this plant will be at the other end and ready for harvest. And this cycle keeps continuing.
Space efficiency.
Space efficiency, exactly.
Alright, Kate, what is this yellow thingy thing? Is this insect to trap insects or something like that?
Yeah, so we don't use any pesticide, any chemical pesticide, and we grow a clean produce. But it is still, that doesn't mean that we are completely no risk of disease. So this is to monitor in case we have any insect pressure. And there is sometimes that we do. And how we handle that is we have various traps or preventative methods. Like for example, this is a UV light which attracts the insect because they see this UV light very brightly and they get attracted to it, and then they come and get trapped here. So we have very limited insect pressure, but if we don't do these preventative, then that could change very quickly. So
Prevention better than cure.
Absolutely.
That's right. Okay. If a community, that means a household, domestic household, wants to actually be self-sustainable, they want to grow their own vegetable, their own food. Let's take vegetables. How much do they have to invest, and how much time must they spend, and what is the overhead per month?
So there are home-based systems that are available, roughly around $2,000. So that's a one-time investment. But then you need to be willing to spend about 2 hours a day because you need to germinate new seeds, transplant them, etc. Even with an automated system. And maybe consumables is about $50 a month. So $2,000 upfront, 2 hours a day, and $50 a month.
The $50 includes the seeding?
Includes the seeds and the nutrition and all of that. That is the power that you consume. All of that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Kate, what is Livfresh mission?
So as you see, this is the final product that we have worked so hard to get to. So our number one, our mission is to make sure that we grow good produce. And by good, I mean good which is healthy, nutritious. Also good which is clean, trustworthy, and something that the consumer doesn't have to think twice before consuming. We're also very committed to freshness. So we make sure that our produce is harvested in the morning and gets to the shelf within a few hours the same day. So if we harvest in the morning, the consumer can pick up this from the shelf by lunch.
So basically, the consumer or myself can actually buy Livfresh vegetable and cook directly without washing.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
See?
There's no need to wash.
Guaranteed by the boss. So Livfresh, so if you go supermarket, make sure you look out for the brand Livfresh.